Today is August 1st, which marks the deadline for our van build and the start of our first international trip in this van. But as you can see, the van is still not finished, so unfortunately, we're not leaving today. Right, Kevin and I have been working tirelessly to get this van build complete. We literally put Wyatt to bed every night at 7 p.m. and are out here until 12 or 1 in the morning, just trying to get some work done together.
And we even got Wyatt's passport, so we have no excuse other than to get this van build done as quickly as possible so we can hit the road.
In addition to Wyatt's passport and this van being done, the third most important thing we need for this trip is connectivity while on the road. If you've been watching our channel, then you know that we installed Starlink for really remote places, but we also feel better about having our cell phones connected as well.
Last year we did a ton of international traveling to complete our travel goal of 30 countries by 30 years old, and we used Holafly's eSIMs to stay connected. And we're super stoked to announce that we are partnering with Holafly again because we not only believe in their technology, we're going to be using them for Canada and Mexico when we travel there in this van, whenever the heck the van gets done. I bet you're wondering why we want to go with Holafly when we do have a Starlink and a lot of phone carriers in the US offer texts and calls in Canada and Mexico. And the reason is due to Holafly's unlimited data plans. We don't know how reliable the Starlink's going to be in really populated areas or while we're traveling on the road, so having a reliable unlimited data plan service is key for the way we travel. We use apps like Google Maps, Uber, look stuff on the internet to figure out where we want to go, and just your basic internet needs. We're also full-time content creators, so we need to be uploading to Instagram and YouTube on the regular.
To be honest, there are other options when traveling internationally to stay connected, like Wi-Fi at local eateries and coffee shops, data roaming on your current phone plan, or even local SIM cards when you get to your destination, but these can either be very inconvenient or super costly when you talk about data roaming.
Holafly even has SIM cards for the United States, so if you're someone looking to visit the US, there's an unlimited data plan for you too. To set up your eSIM is relatively easy. You just go to eSIM.holafly.com, select the destination and the duration of days you want your unlimited data plan for. And then when you go to checkout, make sure you add our coupon code Mathers on the Map, just Mathers on the Map for 5% off your order. And then once you place your order, you'll get an email with instructions on how to set up your SIM. I have an eSIM for the United States right here, so I'll walk you through how to set it up, but it's relatively simple. Hours before your trip, hours before you arrive at your destination, you're gonna wanna install the eSIM onto your phone, and then once you get to your location, that's when you'll activate it. So open up the email, scroll down to look at the instructions. I'm gonna be doing this on an iPhone, not an Android device, but the steps are relatively the same. So I'm just gonna go to my settings here, transfer from nearby iPhone, or use QR code. I'm gonna use QR code, and then I'm gonna enter my details manually. So SMDP plus address, I'm just gonna copy and paste. Activation code, and I'm clicking next here. Then once you're at your destination, you click activate and activate the eSIM card. And this might take a couple of minutes or so for it to kick in and activate, but you should be online and ready to go. We might be getting a lot of hate for this right now, but we are actually gonna go to the beach instead of work on the van today and meet up with our family because we haven't seen them in a bit. But if you have any trouble with setting up your eSIM, you can contact Holafly via WhatsApp, and I think on their website there is customer support 24/7, and we actually had to use their customer support in Italy when my dad was trying to hook up his eSIM, and there was some configuration in his settings on his iPhone that he wasn't able to do so, so we contacted them. They got us squared away relatively fast. I want to answer some frequently asked questions on Holafly so you know exactly what to expect if you decide to purchase an eSIM for your upcoming travel adventures. But first, I want to give you an update on our current van build. If you're new here, this is the second van that we're converting. We converted our first one about 2.5 years ago and took it all over North America, up into Canada, down into Mexico, and all over the United States. But the problem, it only has 2 seats. So now that we have a baby and we plan on taking that baby traveling with us, we needed to get a new van and add an additional seat so we can take him on all of our upcoming adventures. It's a little messy in here since we've been working on it day in and day out and don't really spend too much time cleaning after our efforts, but we are getting really close. We have the entire kitchen cabinet installed with the butcher blocks, as well as the cutouts for our stovetop and sink. We just need to add drawer slides and cabinet doors. The shower is officially complete. Our bench seat for our little guy is installed, and all of the upper cabinets are installed as well. Again, we just need more doors. The focus for the next 2 weeks or so, hopefully a little less than that, is wrapping up the plumbing as well as the bed platform that's going to be in the back of the van, and then it's all the finishing touches and we're ready to go. So here are some things that might be helpful when considering buying an eSIM for your travel adventures. Number one, you must have an unlocked phone. I believe that means you own it outright, so you can swap SIM cards with different carriers or add new eSIM cards to your phone. Number two, your device must be compatible. Holafly has a list of all of the compatible devices that can handle eSIMs and work with Holafly, so check that out and make sure your device is unlocked and compatible. When you install your eSIM on your device, you basically get a new phone number. Now, in most destinations, you can't use that phone number for phone calls. You have to communicate via WhatsApp or voice over IP, which I think is like Wi-Fi calling, so WhatsApp audio, FaceTime audio, things like that. However, they just released a new feature with Europe that you're able to make phone calls. So that is a huge upgrade, because when we used it last year in Norway, we lost our luggage with Norwegian Air and we had to contact the airline directly, and we had a hard time because our eSIM did not have a phone number able to make phone calls. So now that they can do that, it is massively huge and it's a complete game changer. I hope they continue releasing that to more and more destinations in the future. In terms of speeds, it's pretty fast. I didn't see much of a difference between my current cell plan and using the Holafly eSIM on the beach the other day. It basically picks up whatever is the strongest cell signal from the different carriers available. So when I was home, it picked up Verizon, and then when I was at the beach, it did AT&T. But if you wanted to manually override and only use one, then you could do that as well in the iPhone settings. I'm not sure about an Android, but I'm sure the experience is the same. So let me know what you guys think. Remember to use our coupon code Mathers on the Map for 5% off your order. And I'll leave a link to our other Holafly video so you could see what it's like to use Holafly in a real traveling situation when we were traveling from Croatia to Italy last year.